It is said that the character of a man defines who he is, whereas the actions of a leader makes him good or bad. Muliro Hadin, from Huisero sub-location, rose to being the first ever president of Mount Kenya University. He also rose to being one of the best chair of the Electoral Commission of the students. He has held different positions working at Mount Kenya University and now works with Kiambu County. We're here to find out about his role in youth leadership in our Tomorrow Leader Show. Join us as we talk to Muliro Hadin to find out more from him. Thank you. Last week we hosted Immaculate Kakai, a female vice president at Mount Kenya University. Today we bring you the first ever president of Mount Kenya University in 2008, when the university had just been given a letter of interim. Hadin Muliro. We want to find out more from him and know his passion in leadership as we focus on the Tomorrow Leader. So,
thank you.
Muliro Hadin.
Yes, yes.
The man from Huisero.
Oh, yes.
Deep in Butere, Kakamega County.
Yes.
You're rising to become the first ever president of Mount Kenya University.
Yes.
How do you feel? Let me start from there.
In summary, that was just God's will. I think it just started when we were at a room having a meal, and then a friend of mine called Koech just said, Muliro, why don't you go for this thing? Yeah?
And that's where the journey started.
Yeah, and that's where the journey started.
So in a nutshell, tell us, who is Muliro Hadin?
Yeah, Muliro is a young man from Huisero, born and brought up in Bungoma, Kitale, Nairobi, and Thika. Schooled at Bungoma Primary and high school. I did at St. Anthony's Boys High School, Kitale. Then I joined Mount Kenya University. That time it was called Thika Institute of Technology, TIT. Yes. That is the year 2006, September. Yeah, as a first year. So I joined as a student for pharmacy course. And that's how now I started
the journey started.
In MKU.
Yes. Now tell us, what inspired you to be the president of Mount Kenya University, and putting in mind that is just the year I think the university has been given a letter of interim now to be called Mount Kenya University. What inspired you?
Yeah, in fact, the letter of interim, I want to say I'm lucky to be part of the team that went to pick the letter of interim at Chair Offices, Commission of Higher Education, with our Chancellor Waudo. I think you're also there with something, but it was quite a delightful moment. And then from there, now we had to come, now that we are becoming a university, we had to come up with a constitution that will lead the students' council. So the university had to get some key people who have some leadership qualities to come up with a constitution. And that's how I came into the committee panel to make the MKU constitution for the student leadership. Then from there, things fell into place. Now that desire, the urge came for me to become a student leader. But before then, there's this student leader I used to call, and I used to be the Secretary General for a council. He used to be called Andati. That's the man who saw the passion in me for leadership, and there's some fine qualities that he could fine-tune later, and therefore he appointed me to be a nominated cabinet member. So from there, now he nurtured me, and also through my other abilities, natural, that's how I came to.
Other leaders have told us that during their era it was campaign as usual, just like a presidential race out here in politics. I don't know the difference between then and the time now MKU was MKU in 2008. Maybe you can shed some light. How was it? Was it easy for you? Was it hard? Putting in mind you were just a lawyer in another county, that is Kiambu County.
Yes.
There were no counties by then.
Yeah.
But it was full of people from central Kenya.
Yeah.
How was it?
During that time, we had very vibrant campaigns. That time we were just coming out of the post-election violence, 2007.
Yes.
And now I was coming to campaign now in 2008. So the campaigns were so volatile. There was, just like the country, the institution also had been polarized. There was this faction that was pro-central and anti-central.
Yes.
Now, my main competitor, was from Nyanza. And now this is a guy from Western who is humble, and is like a soft pair of gloves. So it was easy to blend with the locals, the central people.
Yes.
And therefore, when I got their massive support, it was overwhelming. And then at that time, I would also talk to the Muslim community, whose number had started rising in this institution. And because I approached the chairman of the university, Mr. Gisharu, he had a vision of constructing a mosque. So with that idea, I came to the Muslim community and told them, if they elect me, I'll make sure they have a place of worship, because they used to pray at the near tuck shop, that field, opposite library. There used to be a name for that place.
Villa.
Study villas. They used to pray there. And it was not a good show, because at times people look at you as you pray. Sometimes it rains. It was not a good show. So when I told them a mosque will be built for you guys, overwhelming support. Yeah. Kabisa.
What is the perspective of youth at the national level in politics? I know we have a number. Former president of UN, Babu Owino is an MP. We have young people like MP in Muranga, among others. What is your perspective about youth in politics, in Kenyan politics right now?
Yeah, youth, as we say, are the light of the future. And whenever they take position, as they take this leadership position while young, they are being nurtured, and later on they become influential, or they make policies that will affect the other youth in future. And so, like for instance, Babu Owino from UN, from class 2, Embakasi seat. That is something that is applaudable. It shows that youth can, and where there's a will, there's a way. He had that ambition, and he has achieved it. And I'm sure he wants to be a governor. He can. He has some leadership qualities, save for some character here and there, but the leadership is in him. And in my case, I quit politics, like a politics break kidogo. Why? Because I wanted to focus on my profession, build myself first, financially, have financial muscle, and then we pick from there. But youth, this is the time actually to rise. Like we're having so many corruption cases in the country.
Yes.
As youth, what are we doing? We need to rise up to the occasion. When corruption is being defended left, right, and center, where are the youth? They need to come up in big numbers and demonstrate even in the streets and say no. Because these resources, when they're being plundered left, right, center, it is us who will suffer. Tomorrow, yeah. We'll have bad roads, we'll have no resources, we'll have no water, we'll have, yeah. Recently, houses were being demolished. Young people were being evacuated from their houses here in Kariobangi. You see, such conditions are not so good, and we need to come out and speak the injustices that are being done to people
all over the country.
Yeah.
So how has this leadership helped even manage your job? as a medical practitioner?
Yes, yeah, now, these positions, you handle people, you handle resources, you manage time and everything. So this leadership that I was at MKU actually helped me how to manage resources, how to handle people under my department or in my department, because it also entails, like you're in a government facility, drugs are given at a fee. It needs integrity so that that money goes back to help or to procure other drugs. So the integrity that I portrayed at MKU actually is what is helping me outside here to maintain the same. I want to say I was actually a good student leader. I was honest, I was truthful, and that's why I left MKU not so rich, but rich at heart.
Rich at heart. Yeah, I'm told you're considered as one of the best president Mount Kenya University has ever had, among others. Now, what impact did you create to the people you led and the people outside there? What can we say you left an impact on their lives that they can always sit down and always remember, Muliro did this?
My brother, I really had passion to leave a legacy, a better institution. And therefore, I really tried to make sure, during my time of leadership, there are so many cases of students being killed, knocked by cars, traffic around the compound or around the cemetery area being stabbed. So we came up with we actually approached the county council of Thika to construct bumps along the road, traffic lights, so that our students' welfare is taken care of. Their security at night, they can walk to and from town, because a student, they say, too much work without play makes Tom a dull boy. And so when it comes to Friday, the students need to go out, but they fear going out because no traffic lights. Yeah, they're being attacked around the cemetery area. So these are the things that we came up with at that time: traffic lights, bumps. We initiated the student center to be constructed so that students can procure meals at affordable prices. Yeah, places of worship, the CU, YCS, and SDA, Muslims, everyone was taken care of. And also, I helped to nurture other leaders, like Omog, like Mwangi, like Mavo. These are people who came to ask for advice from me. Martin Moshisho, they came to ask for advice from me. I guided them. And I even sourced funds for them to campaign. Yeah.
Because we understand university politics are tough.
Yeah, sure. They're very tough. And personally, before he interview Ishe, I must say, I appreciate Kabogo, you supported me during my time. Salute.
So basically, you can say that even politicians come into university politics.
Definitely. And they have vested interests. Why? Because Kabogo was going to vie as an MP Juja at that time. And therefore, he needed to marshal numbers. Students are very free and available. So we needed to always flock at his campaign rallies, and he used us. And so these leaders also they target students, and they have to support them so that they can be supported back.
They can be supported back. That's good. So we are almost winding up, but just a few things maybe I need to also find out. Who are your mentors? How have those mentors made you who you are?
Two major mentors. One, first and foremost, is the chairman, Board of Trustees, Mount Kenya University, Mr. Simon Gisharu. This man is so humble, down to earth. During my time of leadership, I learned a lot from him. With his all wealth, with his power, But he was so humble. He could listen to me. He could give me appointment. He could, hey, that's so serious. So this is the man I look up to. He's a philanthropist, and I look up to him. I also want to establish my empire and also help the world the way he has done. Another man is our former Vice Chancellor, Waudo. Very down-to-earth man. I learned a lot from him. He's back.
I think he's back. I read a newspaper that they brought him back as to have him for some time as the Vice Chancellor, yes?
Well deserved. That man is just wow. 11, 12 years as a Vice Chancellor. He did a lot, and we are really proud of him. And personally, my humility, I look up to them. I think I borrowed from them. Yeah.
So where are we going to see Muliro in the next 10 years? Maybe work-wise, maybe are people of Wisero expecting you there as maybe an MP, an MCA?
Wisero, watch out. I'm coming.
Just one word, Wisero, watch out.
I'm coming.
I'm coming.
Yes.
Okay. So in 10 years from now, we expect to see you somewhere.
Yeah, sure. I want to grow my business to be an empire. I want to also help people in the community, the vulnerable, the less fortunate, and also students who are struggling with fees. If I become blessed financially, definitely I'll give back, especially Mount Kenya University students.
Mount Kenya made you who you are.
Yeah, Mount Kenya.
So as we wind up, just two last things. Who inspires you? One, we also want to know so that maybe people watching you, other leaders coming up can look onto that person. Like me always say, and I don't hide, I'm inspired by the former president of US, Barack Obama, who rose from nothing to leading the world's strongest country. He inspires me, so maybe we can get from you who inspires you, and also you can also now wind up by telling us what the world expects from you.
Thank you. It's quite funny, we share the same man as a person we look forward, who inspires us, Obama. And actually, during my campaigns, Obama had just won the elections. Yes. And therefore, most of my quotes, most of my speech, actually I was going through his speeches and borrowing the same. Yes, we can. And so, now that you've said Obama, now I'll say my dad. My dad inspires me a lot. He's a young man, he was a civil servant, he's now retired. He's a man who made the best out of me. It's through his paying my school fees, supporting me, my leadership, my agenda, so that I become what I am today. And therefore, Dad, I salute you, thank you. You've made me what I am.
Now I want you to look at this camera and now tell people who have watched you, people who look upon you, what are the last words you can tell them that will inspire them, that will make them who they want to be?
Now, time is always ticking. Time waits for no man. Therefore, as young people, let's do whatever we can today and never postpone. Whatever you can do today, because today will never come back. Tomorrow, yesterday is history. Today is when you need to accomplish what you'll achieve tomorrow. So young men and women, let's trust in God in everything that we do. Let's be honest, let's be humble, let's be there for these positions that are available. And no one will give you these positions. You have to work for them, grab them, look for them, and seek support wherever you can. And God will see us through in this world.
So thank you so much, Hadin. As Obama once said, yes, we can, is a philosophy that is also being used by our brother, Hadden Muliro, that in anything you do, just trust that you can. rising from a humble background in Equisero sub constituency in Kakamega County and being the first ever president of Mount Kenya University, now working in Ruiru. It's a sub-county, Ruiru Sub-County Hospital, and managing a few businesses. Muliro has shown his skills in leadership. Let's emulate. Let's be who we want to be. Let us be ourselves. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sauti Kweli Media. And this is your show, The Tomorrow Leader. Thank you.